In the lush backyard of a plantation cottage in Waimea, Kamaaina gathered and played music and talked story about learning Hawaiian music and how much they treasured it. Some of them have performed for decades at nightclubs, small watering holes and parties. Others had non-musical careers, but also played music at church, parties, and with friends and family. Now that most of them are retired from full-time work, Kamaaina get together once a week and play at Waimea Plantation Cottages pub. Imagine the warm setting sun behind the mountains, warm breezes in a tropical setting, and this mellow traditional Hawaiian music and singing, and you'll really be happy at happy hour. Can you introduce the gang?
We got Jack Wilhelm, Dave Sproat, and Ed Punua. I was still there. And Gabby Manningteen. Yeah, Manningteen. And it's all teamwork, and they're good musicians. All the old songs and new songs. When you sing the old Hawaiian song, you sing it from the heart, and it brings back memories of lots of things that bypassed. And that makes you happy because you're thinking of all the old folks that that been playing all those songs, and you give them credit. Yeah. And so we try to keep up with whatever they left over.
Just like that.
I'm Ambrose Smith. I was born in Kaua'i and raised in Kikaha. My dad used to work in a plantation in Kaua'i. And May 18, 1921. Yeah. And then the family moved to Waimea, where he worked for the county. I was asked to play in old Kauai surf in Lihui, and that was a halau by any hold. I first started playing with them, and we used to entertain at the Kauai surf every once a week, and that was interesting. And I still remember the old days, and we had a lot of fun. And we played music just like this, with bass, but it was just wonderful. That's how I first got started. Then sang in a chorus, Waimea United Church. And today I got this wonderful gang of mine, and we all playing in Waimea. Actually, I played music in in church, chorus. And I was in school, and they had the picture, Cane Fire. We sang the song, I remember, on the pier of Waimea Pier, Ku'upua o Pu'ulani, led by Esther Robinson, way back when the movie came out, White Heat, Cane Fire. And the song was Ku'upua o Pu'ulani.
The Kamaaina's comprised of Uncle Ambrose, Uncle Malaki, and Uncle Nahali, Kanele, the three of them.
Yeah.
And when did you start? Maybe in 1998? Yeah?
Yeah.
97, 98?
They-
Around there.
Yeah.
And then after a couple years, Uncle Nahali passed away. So that's when Gabby and I came in at his request to help keep the gig going here. So we came in, and Uncle Malaki, Gabby, Uncle Ambrose, and myself. And we played. And to play with an e-house is something really special because they take you back to basics. Because their music is their lifestyle. It's very simplistic. If you got 4 beats to a measure, if they play 5, they play 5. You play 5 with them. It doesn't faze them, and it shouldn't faze you. But it takes you really back to basics where you have to slow down and play the simplicity of music. And we can do the Pupu Niao, maybe the first verse on Aina.
There's a feeling deep in my heart, stabbing at me just like a dove. It's a feeling heavenly. I see memories out of the past, memories that always will last, of a place beside the sea. At night when the shadows are falling, I hear your rolling sad calling and calling to me. It's for you that my heart is yours. My thoughts are always returning out there to you across the sea. Your tropic nights and your wonderful charms are ever in my memory, and I recall as I held you in my arms, an angel sweet. I'm Jack Wilhelm. I come from the island of Maui. I came to Kauai in 1967. My musical background really starts from Kamaaina schools. we were required to sing along, and then, but I really didn't feel that music was something that I would go into in the future. In coming to Kauai, I would frequent the Kauai Surf Hotel, and there I met Charlie Fu, Alan Elbow, and Glenn Ahuna, and they were really the trio that played at the Planters Bar. So, in the evening, Charlie asked me if I would get up and play, you know, be a part of the group, and they asked me, what do you play? I said, whatever you want, but really I didn't know anything. So I hooked onto the bass, and it was something that I think we as Hawaiians are gifted. Music becomes a part of our life, and you can watch somebody and you sort of mimic what they're doing, and before you know it, you get the hang of it. And the music that we played was of a broad, well, you know, big band era, and many of the music that was happening at that particular time in Hawaii. And so we kept to, but we never forgot the old standards that like Beyond the Reef and Blue Hawaii and those songs, because it's embarrassing for you as a musician, especially today. If the Malihini asks you, can you play Blue Hawaii, and you tell them I don't know, they're going to look at you and say, you don't know? So anyway, as I'm on that subject, you know, many of our up-and-coming musicians, they got to realize I've been around for a long time. I still do have music gigs, and I base that on learning the standards of Hawaii, the old songs, because it'll always get you into a gig. And as far as an instrument that I play bass all the time, and they're always looking for a bass player, you know, and I learned the bass because you're going to be calling you all the time. Music has been rewarding for me. I do it now as a hobby. I mean, it's not really a hobby, I get paid for it, but I enjoy doing what I enjoy music. I play with, as a matter of fact, I did play with Eddie's mom and dad, the Punuas at Kauai Surf. And after that, I was fortunate to have a group of my own. Today, I work with one of my former hula dancers. That's Kapu Kinamaka Akuiza.
Hi, my name is Gabby Manningteen. I'm from Molokai. Well, my family used to do a lot of background, you know, this kind of music, and that's what got me into playing this kind of music. I used to sit down and listen to them play, you know. I just like, you know, I just love that sound, and till today I'm still playing it. My uncle Kai Davis, he used to do a lot of, well, he used to live here on Kauai too before, and he did a lot of falsetto singing. That's what got me into it too. So, trying to hang in there yet. Still doing it. Mahalo, everybody.
My name's David Sproat. Just grew up, I think like a lot of locals, playing the himene, you know, in church with Hawaiian hymns, and then but music was always in the family. So I come from Maula, and I was born and raised there. I was born in 1945, and we just had music all around us all the time. Playing Hawaiian hymns, backyard music like this, family gatherings that we always played. So I guess it just rubbed off. And then went to Kamehameha. When you go to Kamehameha, you're forced to sing. So you learn a lot of music being there, and it's when I started playing. But of course, I was fortunate along the way. I met Gabby, and we'd play music, and I'd run into Jack, and we'd play music, and we'd bump into Uncle, and we'd play music. It wasn't until later we bumped into Eddie, and we started playing music. But it's just how things go, you know. But the interest for me was to just keep the traditional Hawaiian music. That's what it is. The traditional Hawaiian melodies, keeping them alive. Being from the North Shore, I was fortunate to be in that area. I learned a lot of Alohikia's songs. I thought he was a great songwriter. He was. I played with Murphy Maka and Maji and all of the sisters that were still there, Bea, Ka'amoana, you know, and we jammed and we played. I was very fortunate in the 60s and the 70s to play with him, and they're all gone now with Kapeka, you know. But I learned a lot of Alohikia's songs just by being in that area and from being around and influenced by Paulo Chu, Uncle Paulo. So, you know, and then now we just, all it is a mix and match, and we share music that we have. We teach each other, or we bring the music and we just do it. So, you know, it's been a good experience of playing with these guys. These guys are, as I look here, the people sitting here, they're all masters, you know. And you know, music is fabulous therapy for anybody. So music is a healing thing for everybody. So it's a great thing to do. I mean, I think I find some release in doing music, you know. And music is sharing too. You're sharing with others. So I think music has helped. You know, I guess unknowingly, I guess it's helped me. I would say, yeah, it has. I find you know, relaxation in music. You know, yeah.
Any advice for young players out there?
You know, I would say that you need to know your identity. If you're Hawaiian, then be Hawaiian. And stick with being Hawaiian. And part of being Hawaiian is knowing the music and learning it. It's okay. You can be Hawaiian if you want to, but I don't know. If you want to be Hawaiian, maybe go Jamaica or someplace. I don't know. Yeah. But this is Hawaii, yeah?
Yeah.
So we specialize, like in Kauai, we try to do as many of the Kauai songs that we know, because this is the island we're from. A lot of the songs were written for the places and the people or the events that surround, you know. Hawaiian was a oral history. So our history and our background is in the music. So, you know, that's a part of it. So I would encourage them to learn that.
Beautiful.
Not how, but on a whole. Please do it again. Please keep right on dancing. Come on, let's do it again. You sway a wild way to tell of your charms. I'm held in the spell of your arms. You talk about the moon above the treetops, spoke about the waves upon the sand, sung about the breezes from the valley, and it's all been done with your hula hand. Not pow, don't stop it now. Please do it again. Go on a hole. Not pow. One more time. Not pow, but on a hole. Please do it again. Please keep right on dancing. Come on, let's do it again. You sway Hawaiian way to tell of your charm. I'm held in the spell of your arms. You talk about the moon above the treetops, spoke about the waves upon the sands, sung about the breezes from the valleys, and it's all been done with your hula hands. Not how, don't stop it now. Please do it again. Go on, make again, any old time, any old place. Go now.
Aloha ya Yesu, olane. Aloha ya Yesu, e hilina imaru, o e kuola, inalapa, o e kuola. Amauloa e, amauloa e. Aloha wau ya Yesu, kuolane. Aloha wau ya Yesu, e hilina imau, o e kuola, inalapa, o e kuola, amauloa e, amauloa e. Aloha wau ya Yesu, kuolane. Aloha wau ya Yesu, e hilina imau, o e kuola, inalapa, Amauloa e amauloa e Alo, alo dui.
Mai, koko ke.